tonight. I'm going downtown. 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 Hey, ain't nothing you can tell me that I don't already know.
Today is Friday, October 4th, and you are listening to In the Court. My name is Oti, and I'm one of your co-hosts once again for this amazing show. To my right, as always, I have my fellow co-host, Swap. Say what's up, Swap.
What is up, Oti? How you doing?
I'm good. You know, I just got here a little late, Friday evening.
Little late? This is 2.5 hours late?
Who's really checking?
The three of us are checking.
You know why I'm late, Swap?
Why are you late, Oti?
I've been asleep all day. I fell asleep watching that Thursday night football game last night between the Bills and the Browns.
Classic Super Bowl, possible AFC Championship game this year, Browns and Bills.
I'm telling you, it had everything. It had injuries to quarterbacks. It had 4 quarterbacks playing the game. It had late game dramatics, pick 6 to seal the win, and it's everything you can hope for in an NFL game.
That's a pretty bad excuse to be 2 hours late. Almost 24 hours after the game.
Listen, it was a snoozer. As I'm here, I'm still.
So while you were sleeping at home, I was bonding with our other two co-hosts and producers on this show, Gurveer. Producer Gurveer, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How about you guys?
We're doing good, just like we were 2 seconds ago.
Oh,
Israel.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I'm out of it right now.
Israel, how are you doing?
Already awkward.
Yeah.
Good evening. Pretty good.
Everyone's quiet today. It's probably because we're all mad at Oti for coming 2.5 hours late.
Maybe.
Apologies, guys. I got you some donuts and some Timbits, right?
I don't see them anywhere.
Oh, you didn't get that? I ran into a girl in the subway. I gave it to her.
That's tough. That's tough luck.
Oh, man.
But we're live today. The U.S. government shutdown did not postpone the podcast this week.
Well, it did postpone it by 2 hours because...
We're going to keep hearing about this, aren't we?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, shout out to the listeners out there. I know you're going to enjoy our back and forth, and we have lots and lots going to happen this week. The U.S. government, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, it would probably take a lot longer than one podcast to get into why all of this is going on, but short story is... Right now, they're not working, and people who work for the U.S. government, many of them are not getting paid.
Okay, so whoever out there listens to the U.S. government for whatever reason, in the meantime, you can listen to our show, because we do have an amazing dynamic here, and we're building something special.
To talk about that, we grew, again, I think the last check was around 75, 78 views. So that's up from 60 and 50 the week before. So thanks to everyone who's supporting us. Keep watching, and we'd love to hear your feedback. Just a quick note, because we did hear this comment. If you want to listen to a specific part of the podcast, you'll see it in the description below. Feel free to click, if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to click on the timestamp right next to the description of the subject, and you'll skip right to that part. So if you don't want to hear OT talk, you can just skip over his parts and go straight to the important parts.
Also, if you'd like an opportunity to meet any of us in person, I know a lot of people have been requesting an opportunity to have a one-on-one sit-down with Swap. You can always...
That's very different. I think that's a different reason than the podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, just like that, I'd want to meet you too. Why are you swagged out today, Swap?
It's Friday. Have you ever heard of formal Fridays?
I've heard of casual Fridays.
No, see, what we did at work was we had formal Fridays. Shout out to the guy. I don't think he's listening, but we had formal Fridays where we would... he was the only guy who did it, but he would dress up in a full suit, 3-piece suit, and show up to work on Friday. Yep.
Interesting.
Wow. A 3-piece suit in an office. That's pretty bold.
Speaking of what we're wearing today,
Israel is always.
Israel's he's swagged out, so he's got the Jays hat on, so that's good. Props to the loyalty there. No Yankees swag because they're out, and he's got an Ohio State shirt on.
Buckeyes.
Explain that. Greg Oden fan?
No, not really. It was just a matter of I hadn't worn it in a while, so I just wore it. There was nothing to it.
And that's why he's on the show, because everything he relates to a different sport is about sports. He lives sports, eats sports, drinks sports, and sleeps sports.
We're going to be looking forward to your Lane Kiffin analysis a little later. Gurveer, how was your weekend or week?
Pretty nothing. Just didn't have a lot of time to watch a lot of sports. Only caught like one quarter of that great Cleveland Buffalo game. So hopefully I can add some more to this podcast. Maybe a little bit of the more colorful side of sports.
Okay, you're swagged out as always in your Old Navy gear?
This is Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me. Yeah. Really expensive. Vaughn Mills. Vaughn Mills outlet store.
Shout out to Vaughn Mills. We'd also like to send a birthday shout out to Derrick Rose. He turns 25 today. You think he's going to see the court this season?
Yeah, he should get on the court once or twice. I don't know if he's going to be an impact player, but yeah, we'll get on there.
So who's going to be back faster, him or the U.S. government?
Oh, U.S. government for sure, man.
Okay.
U.S. government will be done in a couple days.
Okay.
Westbrook though, Russell Westbrook, he's already out for a couple of weeks.
Right. It's a shame because his game is built on explosion, right? As we've all come to see and love. So we hope he's able to get his knee right and get ready for the season. So he should take as much time as it needs because he's, 23, 24. Doesn't need to rush back, kind of like Derrick Rose situation, but no one's looking at it from a negative perspective. I think as fans of the game, we all just want to see him come back. So shout out to Russell Westbrook. Interesting story, actually, since we're on basketball. Chris Bosh made his acting debut this week. Bet you guys didn't know that.
No, he didn't. He had like those all-star videos. What about those?
That doesn't count. This is like actual TV. I'm actually thinking he might win an Emmy for his guest appearance this week on Parks and Recreation. Any of you guys catch Parks and Recreation?
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah. I caught the GIF this morning. Yeah, it's pretty funny. He's playing a high school basketball player, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you would imagine Bosh, in maybe Jurassic Park. I know I've seen all those jokes, a raptor, something, but not a high school basketball player. So it's pretty interesting to me, and I think he might actually have a shot for an Emmy.
So wait, Oti. So you're implying that he has a chance at getting a star role in the next making of Jurassic Park?
I think he might be the first black James Bond. He was that good. Chris Bosh, people.
So random, and the only reason why this is why I'm saying this is because me, Gurveer, and Israel during our wait for Oti, we're following this tornado outbreak near Wayne, Nebraska, and pretty serious stuff going on here. Once again, this is totally irrelevant, but just for the fact that me and Gurveer were talking about this, reported tornado now moved into the west side of one of the big cities in Iowa, so that's scary stuff now.
Yeah, so let's all stay safe there. I know we have listeners around those parts, so praying for them and hoping they stay safe.
Definitely.
Yeah, we love your potatoes, man. We love your potatoes.
Iowa, not Idaho.
Oh, sorry. Iowa, we love your corn.
Corn, there you go.
There you go.
How do you guys know this stuff?
Nebraska Cornhuskers?
Is that why they call them that?
No, they just call them that for the sake of that.
So why is it called Ohio State Buckeyes?
I don't know. What's a Buckeye?
I don't know.
It's a tree. Like, literally, it's a tree.
Like their mascot is a big O, no?
No,
Yeah, it's
Pretty much. Yeah.
it's Brutus. So it's like
Brutus the O.
yeah, but Brutus. I think Brutus is supposed to be like a animathrophic. I'm totally mispronouncing that word. Tree, isn't he?
If I knew what you meant by that,
Yeah.
maybe I could answer that question.
Oh yeah, I need to work on my pronunciation, but you know what I mean. Like a tree come to life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gurveer, people. Gurveer.
Yeah.
He didn't have a chance to watch games this week, but he's always on top of his facts, as always. We call him Wikivia.
We're not talking tennis this week, but I do want to give a shout out to Milos Raonic, who won last week in Thailand, and now he's in the semis in Tokyo. So
who's he facing? Do you know?
I don't know who he's playing in this. Some guy named Dodig.
Oh, so he has a chance then.
Yeah, he has a chance, and then he'll probably play Del Potro in the finals. So that would be kind of cool.
Okay, shout out to Milos Raonic, a friend of this show.
Moving on up.
Friend of this show, I'm sure he'll get an opportunity to catch this right after his next game. And this week is actually special for me, guys. It's Nigerian Independence
Week?
Nigerian Independence Day was October 1st, but as we like to celebrate, so we're taking the entire week to celebrate. So it's another reason why I was late today, because I had to eat a lot of food.
Isn't anybody gonna make a joke about how OT always eats a lot of food?
Okay, so we had another discussion was we were
Gurveer, you want to take this outside?
Hold on. We got to talk about this because we wanted to figure out what we would do with you since you were late and making us wait for 2 hours. So I said, well, we should beat him up in nice terms. And Gurveer was like,
oh yeah, I'd be like, okay, I wouldn't want to get in a fight with OT. Like, I know I just made fun of him there, but I'd be scared of him in a fight. I'll be honest.
So then I told him, well, why are you scared of him? And he's like, oh, well, OT, he's so built. And I'm like, come on, man. That's
6'2", 200 pounds.
So he's about 5'5", 5'6", maybe, and 200 pounds is probably 200 pounds probably accurate.
190.
So what percentage of that is fat?
Well, the doctor actually says I'm on the lower side of body fat.
Overweight?
Of body fat. You want to take this somewhere? You know what, guys? When we go to break,
we could take it to the gym.
Has anyone seen Swap? Is that
hey,
any of our listeners are there? Have you seen him? We'll get you pictures of me and Swap side by side, and you can vote for who's.
Let's run and see who's more fit.
We can do it.
Let's do it.
We can do it.
Me and Oti are going to go run about 100 meters. We're going to take a break. You're listening to In the Core.
Hello, In the Core listeners. This is Zoya Shrivastava, chair of U of T's Industrial Engineering Club, and I'm here to tell you what's new with Indy Club. First being Hug an Indy Day. That's right, you heard me. It's Hug an Indy Day on October 11th, where your main goal of the day is 1. Find an industrial engineering student, and 2. Just hug them. Of course, ask consent, but do spread the cheer and go hug as many Indies as you can. Who doesn't love hugs, right? The second event being MIE Dinner Dance. Yes, MIE Dinner Dance tickets are now available every day of the week between 12 and 1 p.m. in the MIE club office, which is on the second floor of the mining building, right across from the MIE common room. If you're wondering what MIE Dinner Dance is, it's the most happening event of the year, of course. The first dinner dance of the year featuring an amazing venue, delicious food, an open bar, and a night full of dancing and making new memories. So be sure to be part of it this year and go buy your ticket at the price of $60 in the MIE club office, anytime between 12 to 1 p.m. during the weekdays, or you can also purchase it from your class reps, provided you're an MIE. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy the podcast brought to you by the Industrial Engineering Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at In the Core. We just actually stepped out of the studio to run, as Swap mentioned, and guess who won?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good about myself, and you're looking kind of beat up there, so it looks like the audience knows who won this one.
I'm just going to catch my breath, so just go right into the show.
Hockey. So we talked a lot about hockey last week, and as we mentioned, the regular season began on Tuesday with an amazing matchup between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. Toronto taking it
4-3.
Was it 4-3? I did watch it, guys. My memory's just not that great.
Yes, it's very evident.
I don't appreciate that. Prior to the game, big news, though. Phil Kessel signing an 8-year, $64 million contract, guys. Do you think he's worth it? And was that a good move by the Leafs or a bad one?
It's a big contract from my point of view, just in general. I'm looking at this and I see his previous contract was actually a 5-year, $27 million contract. So he's been paid during his time in the league, so...
Yeah, but 5-year 27 is a lot different than 8-year 64, no?
No, but 5-year 27, he's 26 now. Comparing him to the other guy who signed, I forget his name, that we talked about like a couple of weeks ago.
Hockey expert. Who are we talking about? Kadri? So, but Kadri's, that was a bridge deal, no? Right? Like, he's just off his rookie contract, so.
Right. I mean, but I'm just saying, if they're willing to give Kessel 5 years ago a 5-year, $27 million contract, bridge deal for a guy like Kadri, I don't know. You guys tell me how good is it?
Silence in the
Israel,
room.
no friends.
I think it's a good deal. It depends on if he plays good. It's really hard to say. Like, if he plays like he's been playing the last couple of years, then it's a great deal. I mean, to lock up a superstar player who really should be our captain.
Superstar?
Yeah, I would call him a superstar.
Okay.
His scoring ability, he is a slightly less skilled Ovechkin. Right, the guy can snipe. The guy takes a lot of shots, but a lot of them land in the back of the net, and that's what's important. I'm worried about how we can afford this deal long term, because we're going to probably have to sign Kadri to a big deal. Gardner's probably due for a big deal soon. Morgan Riley's going to come up. He's going to be due for a big deal, and we're paying for a ton of money, especially if we re-sign him. Bozak's locked down. Clarkson's got that major contract. Lupul's going to need a contract soon. there's not a lot of space.
Yeah, but have you heard the rumor that Cap may like get a full injection of steroids? Like it's going to go up to like 80 million or something in the next 2 years.
I don't think I've heard the rumor, but I don't think it's actually going to go up that high.
Okay, well it is going to go up though.
I think it will definitely go up.
Yeah.
It has to go up. I mean, like it's too constraining.
Yeah.
I think as is.
But then we also got to remember we got two goalies who look really good with Reimer and Bernier, and one of them in a couple of years are going to need a new contract.
Right. But I mean, like Kessel over the last 2 seasons, he's put up 134 points in 130 games. So superstar. Yeah, it's one of the guys who's actually ahead of him, Ovechkin, as you said, 102. So it's pretty decent contract. But like you said, down the line we're gonna have to see who has to leave and who can stay, and it's gonna become a money issue and how much they love Toronto.
Yeah, well, we'll see long term.
Toronto curse.
Something else that came out of the out of that game was a disgusting. Maybe disgusting is not the right word, but just a terrible injury that we saw with. Unfortunate, yeah, because it really wasn't anyone's fault. It was just a matter of luck, where Colton Orr and George Peros were fighting, and Colton Orr slipped. Peros went for the knockout blow, but because Orr slipped, there was nothing there, and he fell face first into the ice.
You don't see that happen often.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen, and he was knocked out, I think, for a little bit. We carried him off on a stretcher. He's got a concussion. It just looked brutally bad. But it really sparked a debate on should fighting still be allowed in this game? What do you guys think?
Absolutely. I mean, fighting is important to the game. I mean, it has been an important part of the game basically since its inception. And to say not fighting would minimize injuries, it's a little bit draconian. To be perfectly honest, I mean, what are the chances of getting injured in a fight? Yes, we've had some highly publicized incidents, but they are very rare in comparison to the amount of fights that we have in the league. So I don't see it as a huge issue, to be quite honest.
So there's also the idea that you're constantly pounding the head, right? And I guess that constant pounding of the head is going to cause...
will be a boxer, MMA or whatever. I've always been against the fighting aspect of hockey. I mean, I guess it's part of tradition, man on the checking each other, whatever, right? You have to stand up for yourself on the ring, right? On the ice. I've always been against it personally. It makes it fun sometimes, but when you see people get hurt, actually, and it's one-off, like you mentioned, but it's just if there needs to be steps taken, and the league is taking steps to reduce the number of fighting and number of head injuries and stuff like that. So fight all you want, you know what I'm saying? Just be cautious and take it easy out there.
Yeah, like usual, I tend to agree with OT, but I'm gonna go a bit of a different angle. I think there's too much fighting in the games. Like I don't think you need like 3 fights for a game. Like maybe like Boston, Montreal, Toronto, Montreal. These are teams that are gonna hate each other. Like have a fight once a game, once every 2 games, once every 3 games. You don't need to fight every game to like prove a point. I think if you have a fight every so often, I think it adds more to each fight. It boosts the morale more, and
schedule fights once every often.
Not schedule fights, but I think
so. You can tell that Gurveer loves WWE with his.
Yeah, I think you should book fights, and there should be storylines leading up to his George Peros rematch with Colton Orr, where he feels like he's robbed from his victory.
There was something like they have fought now 7 times or something like that. It's crazy.
And the Leafs just fighting every game now, or
well, that's sort of their style, right? They have the tough guys with Frazier and Colton Orr.
Right. But last week I asked you, do you think the way the Leafs are going in terms of the fighting or fighting for each other, does that bring the team closer? And you said no.
Yeah, I don't think that's the reason why they do it. I think the reason why they do it is so that other people don't mess with them. You clear up some space for Phil Kessel to run through the lane, right? Kadri, small boys like that.
Good point.
The Leafs are 2-0.
Leafs are 2-0.
They beat 2 pretty good teams. So, hopes are up. I got the cup, the victory parade planned out. I'm thinking, you start at U of T.
Right.
And then you go down College, make a turn right on Bay.
So right on Bay, good choice.
Head straight down Bay.
Yeah. I might have said Yonge Street, but it's a little too tight, so keep going.
Head straight, yeah, because I was thinking Dundas Square, but you know what? No, we're gonna go where the money is.
Okay.
And we're gonna head straight down Bay, right by all the big towers. We're gonna say hi to Harvey Specter down at Bay Adelaide Center.
Yeah, he's just out there.
We're gonna go make some withdrawals at each of the 5 big banks.
Okay. Are you going to be on the bus, or are you going to be on one of those banks?
I'm going to be on the parade float.
On the parade float,
chief,
okay.
Parade committee guy who's predicting this. So, anyways, you keep on going down Bay, stop at the Air Canada Center, and everyone jumps in the lake.
I don't know about that last part, but okay.
Let's talk about something that is, and I'll come full circle on this, but it's related to our topic about fighting. So Patrick, Oti, how do you pronounce his name?
Raw.
Close. Patrick Waugh, so he's now the head coach of the Colorado Avalanche. And he had his first game yesterday. And he got into an interesting little situation. Israel, why don't you tell us a little bit about that situation?
So Patrick Roy is the new head coach of the Colorado Avalanche, and in a recent game, Patrick Roy had a confrontation with the Ducks coach Bruce Boudreau, and Colorado won 6-1. And what happened is that Nate McKinnon got kneed. And so Roy obviously took exception to this because he perceived it as an attempt to injure because the Ducks were losing heavily, and so that led to a confrontation with Boudreau.
Wait, I read that Raw. He was actually talking to the players on the Ducks. Is that what you saw as well?
He was shouting at them, yes.
Okay, because he said he did it.
Yeah.
He said he respects all players. And
you should still, so the guy goes after McKinnon. I didn't see the play, so I don't know exactly what happened, but if what Israel's saying is correct, that somebody went after McKinnon, first overall pick McKinnon, then he has every right to get pissed, right?
Right. But don't you already have the teammates, fighting for each other and stuff?
Okay, so now here's the question. If you get rid of fighting from the game, what's going to stop guys from going after star players that can't defend themselves?
Well, okay. All right. That's where you have the fighting.
I'm playing Pittsburgh in a playoff series. Game 1, I'm sending Mark Frazier full speed right towards Crosby. Okay, Frazier gets ejected. He might get suspended for the whole series. Crosby's gone.
Right.
He's injured.
Right.
How are you going to prevent that from happening?
Right. And the argument with that is, you have the superstars. There are not too many of them out there. I mean, every team has a good player, but you have those superstars on the other level. People go at them. A team could send their last guy in the lineup and just go cause trouble. Just go hit him or whatever.
So, traditionally, fighting has been a way of kind of self-enforcing that. You don't want Colton or Mark Frazier sitting on your face. You're not going to go after Phil Kessel.
Right.
And we saw what happened when they went after Phil Kessel.
Exactly. Okay, so that's what you have fighting. And the reason we're talking about this Raw individual is because he actually tried to push down the barrier in between the two teams.
Yeah, he's done crazier things than that, but that's a good start.
Yeah, Patrick Roy has a history of having his heart on his sleeve. I mean, his last game in Montreal, that was just one incident, probably the most memorable one. He gave up 9 goals, and he already had a problem with head coach Mario Tremblay. So he went over to the owner, and he's like, "This is my last game here." And so he's known for his outbursts. The fight with Chris Osgood, another fight with Dominik Hasek. This guy has a history of confrontation.
And then probably the greatest quote in hockey history, the whole Jeremy Roenick thing. That was pretty funny.
How did he get his job?
Having the 2 Stanley Cup rings covering his ears, that was epic.
Just his accent is epic.
He's Quebecois.
Huh?
Who hired him?
The guy's won 2 Stanley Cup. He's probably
actually. He won 2 in Colorado
and he won 1 in Montreal. Yeah, so 3.
As a
Did he
player,
win 2 in Colorado?
He won 2. So the 2000.
So there was the Ray Bourque one.
The Ray Bourque, and there was also when they first moved out of Quebec City.
Oh, okay. So that was before my hockey watching days. But
he got fined $10,000 for his actions.
Yeah, well,
pocket change.
Him and Torts, are they?
I'll take it.
For him.
Is him and Torts in the same division? Yeah, right. With this new realignment, I think they are. That's going to be funny.
And that should be interesting.
Okay, so that's hockey. I think we, so keep on watching.
Definitely. The season is just getting started.
Leafs are undefeated.
2-0.
It's good to watch. Right. We're at the top of the division, top of the league.
Right.
So.
Does Netta have something coming out for hockey?
I think she does. I'll look into it, but keep an eye out on the Cannon Sports section. You'll get your weekly or bi-weekly hockey dose from our guest last week in Netta.
Yes, sir.
But another person who you get weekly content from is myself with the Pigskin Preview. And we had a good week last week in terms of our picks, no?
Yeah, this team, I think we were all 1-1 or something.
No, I think you were 1-1, but me and Gurveer went 2-0.
Hey, at least I'm not 0-4.
Yep, you have officially moved to 1-4 now.
Woo! I am just, one game behind Swap?
No.
One game behind Israel?
Kind of, but then...
What is kind of?
Like...
Okay, Gurveer, give us the records.
All right, I'll give the record straight up. Okay. Swap's at 3-2. I'm at 3-2. Israel's at 2-2. And now OT's at 1-4. So I guess he's kind of like...
That's not one game behind.
Yeah, that's 1.5.
1.5 games, yeah.
And 1.5 behind me, and I'm half a game behind them, so he's 2 back.
Of first.
Yeah. So
Okay, I think it might be the Oakland Raiders of the guessing game here.
Shout out to Oakland. Not to mention your Super Bowl pick, which still stands as the San Francisco 49ers.
Denver? Because I remember saying I changed to Denver last week.
Yeah, I don't think any of us picked Denver. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Denver looks like absolutely... I've never seen a team dominate four teams like this in the first 4 weeks.
I'm pretty sure at least 2 of us said they would be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I don't think any of us picked them to win the Super Bowl, did we?
Well, I have Denver versus Seattle. It's not like Seattle's doing bad.
Yeah, I had Denver versus San Francisco.
It's not like San Francisco. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. Teams have started this way, you know?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Thursday night game for like very little, because it's obviously not that great of a matchup. But Cleveland has won every single game since trading Richardson. No,
it's a story in itself. I mean, like you trade your supposedly your best offensive player, and then you win 3 games in a row. You put in a new quarterback in Brian Hoyer, who might be out for the season now because he might have torn his ACL.
He is out for the season.
He is out for the season because he tore his ACL. So,
but you got Whedon in there, so Whedon's not bad.
But you benched him for Brian Hoyer, undrafted.
That is true, but Whedon's not. It's not like you're in a disaster.
He came in, he did his thing, he actually helped them win that game. Right, as long as he can connect with Jordan Cameron, because my fantasy team needs that. Just look for Jordan Cameron. You know, Josh Gordon once in a while, Greg Little once in a while, but Jordan Cameron, whatever your name is, Brandon Whedon, EJ Manuel, first round quarterback.
And it was a sprain, so not a tear, so that's good. So he's going to be back in a couple of weeks. But yeah, the Bills pretty much are done now.
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
2-3.
Yeah, but you got the Patriots and the Dolphins in that division. They're done.
No, I actually like the Bills.
To come third in the division, I agree.
They might make a wild card this year. As long as EJ Manuel can get back, they might make a wild card.
We're gonna hold you to that statement.
Yeah, and you need Tannehill and like the Dolphins to regress.
Right. This show is supposed to be about analytical, and I allow my
which you don't have any.
Good one. Because you're just nice. Anyway, I allow my feelings to take over my picks sometimes, so you know. I might take a step back on that Bills one.
And the 49ers.
Did I? Moving on.
Okay, so we have 4 games of the week, and the internet doesn't work in this room for some reason, so I don't know who I picked. So I'm going to hope I get them right, but if I don't, there might be some deviation. Don't worry. 4 games of the week. Let's start with Green. Here, Oti. If you get all 4 correct, your chance to get back to 500.
Okay, let's go.
Green Bay, Detroit, Packers, Lions, Stafford, Rodgers. What can I say? This is a game that Matt Flynn made his name in. This is going to be definitely a high offensive game.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Lions have the upper hand in the running game with Reggie Bush, but I don't think it's a question how much the Packers have the upper hand on the passing side and on the defense side.
Yes. I mean, like, Detroit's defense has always been spot or bother, and especially with how fast their offense scores or doesn't score. I would say this is a very good game. Matt Flynn actually made a lot of money off this game. Was it 2-3 seasons ago now? Reggie Bush had a great game last week. Calvin Johnson starting to get in stride with Matthew Stafford. Green Bay side of things, if Randall Cobb and Jordan Nelson and James Jones and the running game, which has surprised the last 2 weeks actually, and James Starks, Jonathan Franklin, I heard Eddie Lacy, who you don't care about for some reason, is actually going to come back.
Good for him.
Should be a good game.
Gurveer, any thoughts?
Yeah, division rounds always good games. I mean, Green Bay's probably doesn't have the best defense, obviously, but it should be a shootout. Right? So that's why I'm going to probably say. Oh, we're waiting for our picks.
We're waiting.
Oh, sorry.
We want to get Israel started.
Right, yeah.
Israel, any thoughts on the game?
This is Green Bay's game to lose. I'm going to take Green Bay.
The concept of waiting for picks did not apply here. Okay, so let's pick. So Israel, let's formalize your pick. What's the score?
I'm thinking this should be a pretty good offensive game. So let me take a margin of 34-27.
What is that, a
7-point game?
7-point game?
7 points for the Packers. Okay,
All right.
Israel, where to
Oti?
start? We're doing this diagonally? I thought we were doing this. Okay. All right. So I'm going with the Detroit Lions because Reggie Heisman
1-5
doing his thing. I'm going with 35-30 Detroit.
1-5 for OT. Gurveer, go for it.
All right. To complete my thought, I'm going to say Green Bay wins this 45-38. So it's going to be high scoring for both teams, ridiculously.
That's a lot of points.
Yep, I'm going to go for it. I want Stafford to explode, and I want Rodgers to explode. Especially maybe because Stafford's on my fantasy team. That's probably why I'm picking this score.
I actually like Green Bay's defense more than most. And not because I'm a homer, but I'm taking the Green Bay Packers to win 49-3.
Whoa, 49-3?
To 3.
Can we hold the score as half of the thing?
No.
All right. Okay. Good stuff. Good
Remember bold predictions? That's what you call it bold.
Okay.
Yours was kind of bold, but it's pretty stupid.
Bold. Pretty bold.
Pretty stupid, though.
Pretty bold.
Next game.
3 points for Detroit Lions. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Chicago Bears versus New Orleans Saints. So, do we have the score from that game?
From what game?
The Saints and Dolphins from last week?
I don't know the score, but I know Saints.
Yeah, but it was up. It was by 20, wasn't it?
How much did I say the Saints were going to win last week by?
Let me give you a second.
I think it's worth it looking at.
Oh, damn. You said Saints by 20, so...
What did I say?
You said Saints by 10.
Same thing, man.
So, and if you guys want to just, flip over to that podcast and see how everyone went, when I said that, similar reaction to this Packers by 46. So,
Listen, come the end of the season, we'll check records and we'll see all this talk, all this talk.
For sure.
This week. Come end of season, we'll see.
So Bears Saints, the Bears did not look good. That did not look good at all, actually, last week.
Nope.
Against
3 picks. Cutler back to his old self.
And I think that will spell the end of the Bears' chances in the NFC North. They had a good run, but I think they showed their weakness, and that is give Cutler the ball. I'm taking the Saints, who looked amazingly well, by 27. I think Sean Payton. I think Drew Brees is going to have a field day, and the Saints running backs look good. What do you think, OT?
I'm going with the Saints just because they obviously look better 4-0 right now, about to be 5-0. Bears, they don't have enough to keep up with a team like that, especially with Cutler making mistakes, the kind of mistakes he does, and for some reason they just don't give every play to Matt Forte. So I'm going to go with the Saints by not that crazy, maybe 15, so maybe 32-17. Yeah, I do math.
Gurveer.
Yeah, I'm thinking Saints are able to shut down the Bears even more because obviously the Bears don't have an offense with Jay Cutler leading it. So I'm going to say 35-10 Saints.
Jay Cutler Hate Club Israel. What do you think?
I'll agree with Gurveer. I think that makes sense, and I think that outlines who's better. Yeah, I'll go 35-10 as well.
But let's keep in mind, Cutler had one bad game this season. One bad game. New coach too, CFL coach, ex-CFL coach.
Ex-CFL coach.
Shout out to Mark Chessman.
What's next?
We have Seahawks Colts.
No, save that one to the end. What was the other one that I called? I know it. Patriots and Bengals.
Okay, good game.
OT, you want to start?
Do I want to start? Okay, well, Patriots Bengals. I believe we all picked the Bengals last week to beat the Green Bay Packers.
We would if they played last week, but unfortunately they didn't, so I guess we didn't call that.
Okay, I think last time we had Bengals on the game of the week, we've chosen to. I personally chose it to.
No, but you actually didn't. We all chose the Packers, so.
Okay, last time. I like the Bengals. I like the Patriots. I can't believe I just said I like the Patriots, but I like the Patriots. You can't argue with Tom Brady and what he's doing with that team. Still not my MVP candidate, but he's doing this thing right now. They actually cut their rookie tight end who had a lot of hype going into the season. Running game starting to look decent. They're giving LeGarrette Blount more carries, and they have something going. So I'm going with the Patriots for this one.
Bye.
I'm going with the Patriots for this one by 10.
Gurveer.
Yeah, I think Danny Amendola will be probably back to full strength this game, even though they're missing Vince Wilfork for the rest of the season.
No Gronk.
Yeah, well, no Gronk still, but at least they have a little bit of a receiving option for Tom Brady. So I'm still going to say the Patriots extend their undefeated streak, even with all the cracks in their armor, and they'll probably win by 13.
Izzy.
Let me be the voice of dissent. Bengals by 3.
So Israel won't be back next week.
Watch the Bengals actually win this game.
Oh, yeah, I actually want them to win this game.
Bengals lost to the Browns. That being said, the Browns are now undefeated in the last 3 games.
Browns are going to go, what's the rest of it? 11-0 for the rest of the season? Just watch.
And I know they beat the Packers, but you can't really bet against Tom Brady unless you're playing the Broncos. So I'm going Patriots by 14. Last game of the week, and this one is a real good one.
Game of the week right here.
And that is the Super Bowl, potential Super Bowl, soon to be Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks against.
Who thought we'd be saying this two years ago? Seahawks Colts, really?
Oh, well, why were you thinking of this 2 years ago?
I'm just saying, because now we're like, oh my god.
Okay, who's going to play in the Super Bowl 2 years from now?
Listen, all I'm saying is both franchises have taken big strides. And
the Colts had Peyton Manning. They went down, if anything.
No. 2 seasons ago when they were playing Curtis Painter.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But no one's picking the Colts to win the Super Bowl. I said the Seahawks.
Yeah, I know. But the Colts will win this game.
By how much?
I see what you did there. Okay, so I'm going with the Colts here against my better judgment, against my feelings. Because I just feel like they have a lot going for them right now. The team is growing into something special. I'm going Colts by 3.
Gurveer.
Well, yeah, I have to take the boring pick again. I'm going to say the Seahawks take this by 10. Seattle hasn't proven to be a high-scoring team yet, other than Jacksonville. That doesn't count. So I'm going to say they win about 20-10.
Greg Oden.
This one's good. I think I'll take Seahawks by 4.
And because they're my Super Bowl pick, I'm taking them to go 5-0. You're going to have Marshawn Lynch scoring about 2 touchdowns, 150 yards. Gurveer's not going to get any points off Russell Wilson, unfortunately, but that defense is way too good. Expect another pick 6. Seahawks by 21. Yep, silence. That was the picks of the week. Do we have any other NFL topics?
Yeah, Josh Freeman.
Oh,
We mentioned it last week about how he lost his starting position and how he wasn't getting along with the coach. And this week it's come out he's been cut. Threw for 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns last season, and now he is cut.
Good for him. Good for him to do that to himself.
Well, he's taking a $6 million check with him, so it is good for him.
Good for him. Any thoughts on this saga?
Well, yeah. I do like how the NFL teams are getting more serious about getting, abuse problems out of the way. So
I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's how it went down.
Yeah, probably not. But at least something happened, right?
He sucked. That's what happened.
Yeah, he sucked. Okay, never mind.
I'm pretty sure if he was putting up those 4,000-yard numbers, nobody would care. But
yeah, okay. Well, maybe I'd like to see that. Maybe I want to see. I don't know, Peyton Manning. I want to see him. I want to see if he gets a DUI. I want to see him enter Alcoholics Anonymous or something.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
I'm gonna stick to the on the field performances.
I'm a very moral guy right now. Okay.
Now we have a serious topic to talk about now, and we're gonna focus on our expert here, Israel Gonzalez. Israel, I know you've been heavily vested in this topic. What are your thoughts on the whole Lane Kiffin situation?
Well, look, I mean, it was coming. I mean, he was unpopular. The team wasn't doing well. It just had to be done. I mean,
is Lane Kiffin the greatest coach ever to walk on this earth?
Absolutely not.
Okay, and for those that don't know, Lane Kiffin was the coach of USC.
Put them straight to the ground.
Yeah. I mean, he changed the culture around there. I heard he doesn't even let fans watch the practices. He doesn't let linemen eat junk food. Little things.
How could linemen not eat junk food?
Exactly. Right. Give him a cookie.
So he took he took University of Tennessee into the ground. He took USC into the ground. He kept the Oakland Raiders at the ground. Good career.
Yeah, he made a lot of money too. He was actually one of the highest paid coaches out there. So
good for
he'll
him.
be back. Actually.
Him and Josh Freeman should start a show.
They just might link up. They might be linking up right now.
And they can
Same
be the mentors for Jamarcus Russell.
Is he back in the league? No.
Yeah, he's playing for the 49ers.
Oh, that was him? Okay. It looked like Kaepernick.
No,
I was pretty sure.
It was Jamarcus.
How does Jamarcus look like Kaepernick?
Are you
Hey,
being
you
racist,
never know.
Gurveer?
I heard the Browns might give him a call, actually.
Okay, but like Kaepernick's like probably one of the skinniest quarterbacks in the league in terms of his physique. I know he's pretty like ripped, right? But like you have Jamarcus Russell, who at one point was like 300 pounds. So
Okay,
like, I'm
leave
just saying.
Jamarcus Russell alone. I heard the Browns might give him a call. Swap, what do you think? What are your sources telling you?
That they're not going to give him a call.
Just watch. Jamarcus Russell will start a game in the NFL this season.
So
Bold
AT&T is my source.
Hold me to it.
I don't know if he can afford his phone bill, Jamarcus Russell, so it's going to be tough to
He still has
give
a
him
lot
a
of
call.
money, actually. Surprisingly, he's not one of those guys who blew all his money.
Good for him.
Good for
Like
him.
I said, good for him.
How do we get to Jamarcus Russell?
I don't know. We are going to take a break, and then we are going to talk about soccer. A pause for that obnoxious comment by OT. Soccer and what are we talking about after soccer? Baseball playoffs. We have our expert back in the house, Israel Gonzalez. We'll wrap that up after that with the 1 minute blitz, the notoriously long 1 minute blitz.
It might be close to a minute this week. Just watch. I've been working.
I'll make sure it won't be. Stay tuned. You're listening to In the Core.
Hey guys, it's Luke from the Cannon. When you're done here, make sure to check out our other stories at cannon.skule.ca. This week we have some excellent articles. Ever wonder about the large stone outside Galbraith labeled Rock of Ajax? Find out the history of Skule's time in Ajax and what it means today. Enjoy a poem about the 1977 fire of Sanford Fleming at our Arts and Culture section. Have a read of our opinion article, United We Frosh, Divided We Grow, and consider the state of Skule Frosh these days. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Okay, guys, so we're back here in the core, and this time we didn't run, actually. Israel just had to go make a call to USC coach, or ex-USC coach, Lane Kiffin, to just let him know he talked about him on the show, but he didn't say anything bad about him. So shout out to Lane Kiffin. We hope you land on your feet. Anyway, we're moving on to the next topic. Soccer this time. I'm going to have this topic is only mainly me and Israel, going back and forth, talking about soccer. It's my passion personally, coming from Nigeria. Shout out to Nigeria. And, Israel's ready to go. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
And for your sake, I hope Nigeria makes it again.
They will make it, I assure you.
Came very close to making it out of the first round in South Africa.
That's usually how it goes. We either make it out of the first round, or we make it out of the first round and we face like Argentina or Brazil.
That 3-2 victory over Spain back in '98.
I remember it just like yesterday. Just like yesterday.
Highlight. So shout out to you guys for that. Unfortunately, El Salvador's experience in the World Cup has not been like that. Our experience includes a 10-1 loss, unfortunately. However, shout out to our beach soccer team very quickly. We're all proud of you guys. Made it to the second round, second time in a row. It's not bad.
Good thing you know that. Good thing you know that.
It's the only thing we have to get excited about. Our conventional soccer team is terrible.
Interesting. Beach soccer is on the rise. It's on the rise. So if you guys are number one, then there's something in that. So
we've got the potential to be number one day. Hopefully, we'll get there.
Okay. So the main topic conversation we want to have with regards to soccer this week is around World Cup qualifiers. So we all know Brazil 2014. We're all going to be there. We're all going to shoot a live show from one of the stadiums. It's going to be crazy next year. But Brazil 2014, World Cup next year, World Cup qualifying games next weekend. Israel, set it up for us.
So it is going to go like this. Here in the CONCACAF region, Mexico is going to face Panama. And though the Mexicans came into the hexagonal round as heavy favorites to qualify, they find themselves in fifth place, and they find themselves in position to not qualify should their current trend continue.
That's amazing.
They fired Jose Manuel de la Torre, alias El Checo. They brought in Vucetich, and it's going to be difficult to transition to a new coach. It's a chaotic time. The national team isn't doing well for them. Qualified already the United States and Costa Rica out of this region.
That's amazing to me. Costa Rica?
very good performance. Right now, they're actually first place in the hexagonal round.
Amazing.
Panama hoping to fend off the Mexicans. If they are able to do so, they may win themselves an opportunity at a playoff.
Right. And
Against
this
New
is,
Zealand.
for the traditional soccer fans like myself, we're used to seeing Mexico in the World Cup. Giovanni Dos Santos, Carlos Vela, Guillermo Ochoa. Just Mexico is one of those teams who actually goes into the World Cup and actually makes it to quarterfinals and beyond. So this is surprising to me.
Yeah, it's been a total disaster for them. In the old world, Africa, the qualifiers are already almost in their final phase. Right now, the Egyptians, the Nigerians, the Ghanaians look promising.
Right.
In Asia, we have the following teams that have qualified. We have Japan,
Okay.
Australia,
Okay.
South Korea, and Iran.
Iran. Okay, making a comeback. I think last time they were there was probably France '98, but making a comeback.
Actually, it was Germany 2006.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Gurveer can confirm that fact for us. But I trust you. I trust you, Israel.
Yeah.
Germany 2006.
And Jordan defeating Uzbekistan in one of the most thrilling penalty shootouts, 9-8. And they will await the 5th place team in the South American qualifiers. Speaking of.
Oh wow, I don't think Marwan knows about it. So shout out to our classmate Marwan, who actually is a listener of the show and actually gave us some feedback. So shout out to Jordan, and we should sit together and watch that game. So shout out to
it'll
Jordan.
be a home and away playoff, kind of like for what's awaiting New Zealand.
Oh wow, more beers and more time with Marwan. Just wait and see.
So in South America, the Argentinians are through. The Colombians are close to punching their ticket.
Okay.
The Chileans looking good.
Okay,
Uruguay should be there.
it should be there.
Paraguay, total disaster. Ecuador looking good. And the Venezuelans trying to break ground and become that final team from the region to qualify. They have never made it before. And if they have a good run, they may make history.
Right, and that's what the World Cup's all about. It's all about teams. You always have that one or two teams each year that first time making it or first time since 1900 something, and that's what the World Cup's all about. It's about bringing countries together. It's
Actually,
about
the World Cup started in 1930, just for your information.
Ooh, my goodness, we're getting really specific here. Okay, I might need to take a break and come back, but
Okay.
all right.
Just one more thing. In Europe, the
Uruguay won that, didn't they?
Sorry?
Uruguay won that first World Cup, right?
Yes, they did, and they were at home. They were at home.
Okay, who knows this?
Very nice. All right, so Europe, the Germans, the usual suspects, the Dutch, they are through. The Italians are through. And a lot of countries very close to punching their tickets. The Portuguese and the Russians are still fighting to qualify directly. Bosnia and Herzegovina has been a nice surprise, a powerful offense led by Edin Dzeko. And
Who doesn't get any game time?
the Man City guy.
Yeah.
The Belgians are back.
Belgians are back. I'm surprised they're top 8 now.
They are a very, very good squad, and I'm looking forward to seeing them.
They've always had a good squad,
Yeah, but they did.
Hazard and Lukaku, and they have a bunch of guys. They have Company. They have a bunch. They've always had a bunch of guys. They've always had one of the top leagues out there that's kind of underrated in terms. Anderlecht's always in the Champions League, and they always go far. So this is amazing that they're top 8 right now.
Yeah, no, the Belgians are solid. They should be there. They haven't punched their ticket just yet, but they should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Sweden, looking to get to a playoff. They are not going to catch the Germans.
Right.
And yeah, that's basically the rundown of the teams that are still in it.
Yes, sir. Don't forget Italy, the Italians.
The Italians are through, I mentioned.
Yes. Okay, there you go. Top 8 team in the country, or in the world, my bad. Yeah, that's Europe for you.
So this round of qualifiers is going to punch tickets for another few teams. South America, like I said, the Colombians are close. The Mexicans are close, but not to what they had imagined previously. The Hondurans, they've got a match against Costa Rica at home.
Mm-hmm.
And winning that match will put them very close to a second straight appearance.
Okay, sorry to step back, but England, you didn't talk about England. How do we not talk about England?
Well, the English are embroiled in a very tough battle with the Montenegrins.
Okay.
And with Poland.
Winnable, right? Winnable.
Yeah, winnable.
Winnable battle, as long as they can come together, put a team on the field that actually works together. Yeah. Not full of individual stars and whatnot. But
they're good, and they should be fine. And another team I didn't mention was the French.
Okay. How are they looking? I know last time I saw them it was turmoil and coaches being fired and players leaving the team. So how's that looking?
It's looking better now. Things have stabilized rather nicely, but they're going to need a playoff likely because the Spanish are just romping through that group.
Okay.
The only ones that have been able to stop them, coincidentally, is Finnish.
Wow.
Tying them.
Wow. I couldn't name one player on that team.
I don't think any of us would even be able to pronounce any of the names on that team.
Hey, you've been pretty good with some name pronunciation, so you never know. If there was one person who could do it here, it's you.
Unfortunately, my skills in Finnish aren't so great. Gonna go on Wiki Travel, try and learn a few words in Finnish, and we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good stuff. Okay. So these games are happening. There are some games happening next week, as you mentioned, and that's where we brought this up. And some teams will punch their way in. Shout out to everyone who's listening. Make sure you support your home countries or background countries, since we're all immigrants here.
Go Canada.
Go India. Oh yeah, background country right there.
Okay.
Okay, Gurveer.
All right, so some marquee matchups. We've got the Colombians taking on the Chileans. The Colombians are at home, and winning this game would put them in the World Cup. The Americans are facing Jamaica. The Americans are already in. Jamaica is practically out already. Croatians at home to the Belgians, and the Croatians are trying to steal
that's
off.
a game right there. That's a game right
game.
there. Yeah, Croatia is a good team.
Croatia's a solid team, and they're trying to cut the steam out of the Belgians.
Right. They did well at the last Euro, so I expect Croatia to put up a good fight in that game.
Well, it should be a good one. Where's another marquee matchup? How about Bosnia and Herzegovina versus Liechtenstein?
On that note.
Well, we'll see how many goals the Bosnians score this time. I mean, the offense has been powerful.
Yes, sir. Give us two more.
I said Mexico and Panama. That was a big one.
Okay.
So that's going to be... all these matches are going to be on October the 11th.
Okay.
Slovenia versus Norway. Now, this one's intriguing. The Slovenians went to the World Cup in 2010, you may remember. And Norwegians are having a nice qualifying campaign, trying to stay alive, trying to fight for that playoff spot. So that should be an interesting matchup from that perspective. On October the 15th, we have Ghana versus Egypt.
Okay, good game. I've taught two top African teams right there.
Then the Mexicans have to go to Costa Rica.
Okay.
And like I said, Costa Rica's already qualified. The Mexicans are in dire straits and will be in even more dire straits if they can't get a result against Panama.
Right.
And we've also got England and Poland.
Okay. So I'm definitely going to watch that game, and I think a lot of people around the world are going to watch that game. A lot of our listeners are actually going to watch that game, being fans of the EPL and stuff.
In the last major matchup, Sweden and Germany. Now, you may remember that game back early in the qualifying campaign, 4-1 lead enjoyed by the Germans until Ibrahimovic intervened.
Yes, sir. 4-4. I remember that game. I actually watched that game. One of my last actual full soccer games that I watched. So we're looking forward to that game on the 15th. So that's the rundown of the World Cup qualifiers and what's coming up in the next 2 weeks or so. Make sure you keep track of your home countries or background countries. And Canada. Any news on Canada? We out?
Yeah, been out for a while.
Awkward. Okay, all right. On that note,
very impressive. Very impressive.
On that note, we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back with. No, we're not taking a break, people, because we don't take breaks here. We're gonna switch gears.
We do, but we're not taking.
We're not taking a break now. Let's just put it what it is. OT made a mistake. He thought we were taking a break, and we're not.
We're gonna bring Swap back in because he loves some soccer, and he was just.
Gurveer, what'd you think of my little act in that break? That was pretty good, right?
Yeah, it showed you're really enthusiastic about what Israel and OT were talking about.
For sure.
It showed that you're a true passionate soccer fan, and you wear your colors on your sleeve.
Yeah, for sure. But I am impressed. Once again, by OT's knowledge. Israel, I'm not impressed by you anymore because, you've done this now for 3 weeks in a row. So, okay, whatever. We expect it. But OT, congratulations. You've impressed me on this show.
Thank you.
We need to keep you around for something. Let's talk about what we know Israel's really good for a couple of minutes, and that is baseball. So I don't have my phone with me, so I can't tell you what the score is in the is it Dodgers that are playing the Braves? I think the Dodgers are playing the Braves right now. But earlier today, Boston beat Tampa Bay in Game 1 of that series. St. Louis lost to Pittsburgh to tie that series up at 1. Had a pretty crazy week, though, no?
Yeah, it's been a good week. For those of you that are not informed of the scores, the one-game playoff between the Rangers and the Rays wound up in a 5-2 Tampa Bay victory. The Rays then went on to defeat the Indians, and so they are in the division series. However, they were defeated by the Red Sox.
In Game 1.
In Game 1. However, remember, Tampa Bay has already burned Alex Cobb and David Price.
Ooh,
But the Rays are deep, and Price and Cobb are going to come back later in the series, and they may not have so many difficult matchups because Lester and Buchholz will likely be used in one.
Interesting. So they really need to just steal one of these early games, and they're in this series.
They have a better shot than what most people think.
Mm-hmm. What did you think about the destruction last night with the Cardinals and the Pirates?
Yeah, AJ Burnett got lit up pretty badly, and he has a track record of not really being so hot in the
Shout out
playoffs.
to the Blue Jays.
That having been said, though, without him, maybe they wouldn't have been there. So, I mean, it's one bad game, but they made up for it. Tied series now. Now they go for 3 in Pittsburgh. And this is good for the Pirates. This is much better than what people think for the Pirates. Just taking one game in St. Louis is very important. Now, if they take 2 out of 3 in Pittsburgh, they have a shot.
They win that. It's best of 5.
Yeah.
They win that series.
Actually, no, pardon me. So now it's 2 games in Pittsburgh, and then it would be one in St.
game
Louis.
in St. Louis, yeah.
So, sorry for that.
And Detroit plays Oakland later tonight. For those of you who are listening to this, tonight is Friday. And Oti, you should probably come in on this one because it has to do with your Toronto curse. The season wound up early this week. Former Blue Jay Henderson Alvarez, once again, he was in that big trade for all those Marlins, pitched a no-hitter against the Detroit Tigers. What are your thoughts, Israel?
I mean, I've always been a big proponent of Henderson Alvarez since he came up. He's got great stuff, and he has something of a connection to other great Venezuelan pitchers. He's from the same hometown as Freddie Garcia and Felix Hernandez.
Wow.
So he's got some pedigree. And he's got some great stuff. I mean, he throws hard, nice sinking action on his fastball. He's been working on his changeup. He was on the DL early in the year. Plays for a bad team, and I think he's got no-hit stuff. I'm not surprised that it came. Maybe surprised that it came a little early in his career, though.
I'm pretty sure Israel was in Moneyball. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you didn't see him in the movie?
I must have missed him.
Oh man, he was the guy.
Brad Pitt just had blonde hair.
It wasn't Jonah Hill. It really wasn't Jonah Hill.
Oh, that's where I saw him.
They said Jonah Hill in the description, but it really wasn't him.
I think Jonah Hill was a stunt double.
Probably.
Yeah,
probably. So, Oti, Toronto Curse is still alive?
No, it's not actually. Because Leafs are 2-0.
Ooh, that's good to hear. The notoriously over-budget 1-minute blitz. Oti, you ready to go?
I am ready to go, and I'm actually going to make it 1 minute this week, you know.
I doubt it.
Okay.
All right, we're going to time this right now. We're going to see.
Everyone ready?
Stopwatch. You ready?
Are you good? Gurveer, you say go.
3, 2, Gurveer's going to say go. 3,
All right.
2, 1, go.
Go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the 1 Minute Blitz presented to you by Oti. Best part of the show I've heard. We've had all our friends tell us this, and let's go. Starting off with the video game world. I know Gurveer wanted to talk about this because he's been having a lot of fun lately. Sports video games coming out this week. FIFA 2K14 and NBA 2K14. I personally have not bought sports video games in a little while, so I don't know how the sales are going to go, but I'm actually wondering how you think they're going to do versus the GTA franchise or GTA 5, which has broken almost all video game records.
Well, the FIFA alone will sell probably at least as much.
Okay, shut up. This is 1 minute.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah.
Sports Illustrated. I normally
Worldwide appeal.
I normally don't buy magazines, but, you know, I'm going to cop the latest edition of Sports Illustrated because the beautiful Miss Kate Upton is on the cover with Atlanta Braves baseball players, BJ and Justin Upton, but who cares about them because Kate Upton is on the cover, and I don't care what she has to say.
Are they related?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're
not.
Brothers and sister, yeah.
No, they're not.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Whoa, she's adopted.
Am I not your brother?
You guys really don't want me to get into a minute.
Nope.
Okay. And funny story in the football world. Houston quarterback Matt Schaub. You know, he's thrown a pick six in his first 3 games of the season or 4 games, or whatever. Pizza joints in Houston are actually offering the pick six special.
Yeah,
So
it's been a minute and a half.
You go in, you pick 6 toppings because Matt Schaub, the quarterback, is giving out gifts every week, and the pizza places want to give back to their fans. So that, my friends, is the 1 minute blitz this week. I tried to get us down to a minute, but I just had to have that conversation with Gurveer. Swap just had to.
And it's not like that would have helped, but they really need to get Papa John's in Canada.
They do have Papa John's in Canada.
Are there?
Yeah, there's actually. I don't think they're in Ontario yet, but they're definitely in Western Canada, and I think they want to expand.
Wow, is that pizza good?
Is it good?
I've
never had it. Yeah, but like
it's better than like pizza.
Yeah.
Hey, Peyton Manning says it's good.
Maybe you should get a franchisee. I heard from a source that they're giving our franchisees a pretty low rate. So like
down OT?
Yeah.
We need jobs. Let's do it up.
It's like $250,000. That's it. So
okay, OT, mortgage and health.
That's it? Okay.
No, I mean, like that's it. I mean, like tomorrow is like $1 million or something.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have to have money to run the franchise.
I don't know, man. There's so many pizza places. I know that's really good, but there's so many pizza places, man.
You just got to be the best.
You got to be the best. Okay. But the thing is, if you franchise, you can't really change anything. We can start swapping all these pizzas, but, if you
But
go
nobody
Papa
would eat that. I want to eat Papa John's because
yeah.
it's good.
No, we can get Papa John's, but call it. I don't know.
That doesn't make even, why would you, then what's the point? That's the whole point. Why we're paying $250,000 to change the name
pizza.
and not use their brand.
No, you get the good pizza.
But you have to make the good pizza.
Yeah, you're paying $250,000 for
the recipe, which I can probably just look online to get. Man, talk about financial knowledge. Employers out there, if you want to hire him for valuation and...
I'm funny.
That is in the core, guys. Last words, Gurveer.
My shirt's a little dirty. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what else to
Israel.
Well, good evening. Thank you for watching In the Core this week.
What's with these awkward endings? Like, OT, please give me something.
I don't do awkward. It's been a pretty fun show. Pretty different this week. Less people in the room, less topics, and we just kind of went with it this week. So I like our direction. I like our growth as a team. And listeners out there, keep sending your suggestions. Music this week.
Wait, you like your One Direction? You said?
I do love my One Direction.
I missed that. I don't know where this is going, but Facebook.com/InTheCore1, Twitter @InTheCore1, email. You can't email us, but tweet us or Facebook message us and give us ideas who you want to see on the show, what topics you want to hear about, anything else. If you like the fact that my picks are amazing, or if you don't like the fact that OT's an idiot when it comes to football.
Hey, or if you like to see the video of me and Swap running the 100-meter race where I actually won, hit us up and we'll post that video.
Stay tuned, guys. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.
Turning heads when you walk through the door.